Episode 2. Episode 2.
Hey.
Episode 2.
We still need the button.
We definitely need a button. Welcome to episode 2 of 2 Degrees of Separation.
Heck yeah.
My name is Eli.
My name is Jake or Jacob because people make fun of me for calling myself Jake.
Hearing yourself call yourself Jake is weird.
Yeah, it is. It is weird. My
When
full
you
name is Jacob.
When you are introducing yourself to somebody, do you say Jake or Jacob?
Depends on who it is, I guess. Usually Jacob. But
That makes no sense.
sometimes I'll respond to Jake because people just call me Jake. Point in case.
So-
you.
Yeah, fair point. I would call you Jake. I've just been calling you that forever.
And
Just like I don't think I have ever heard you say Elijah.
not once in my life.
No.
Never to your face, that's for sure.
No. So you're telling a story about me and you're like, my brother Elijah.
I would.
Ooh.
I straight up would. I wish that was a joke. No,
There's no way.
I would.
Zero.
No, I would.
Zero.
I do, actually. I do it.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Even like, I don't even think mom and dad really ever said, said,
I've heard
definitely didn't
both
say
of them.
mindful.
I've heard both of them refer to you as my son Elijah many times.
Okay, all right. I can agree to that.
Or-
I have
yeah,
heard
yeah.
them.
I mean,
yeah.
You can't
Because
win this.
Yep, they have not so much mom, but dad definitely has introduced me to people and said, "This is my son Elijah."
And you know what? He says, "This is my son Jake." So
You're
suck on that.
No.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
Yes,
does.
indeed. Yeah. Wow, that's awkward. All right.
Tough for you.
Yeah. I guess I'm sticking with the full name. Never mind, guys. Don't call me Eli. I am officially Elijah across the board. It's not even worth the argument. Yeah.
Start changing them tweet sign-offs, buddy.
I guess, yeah, I got to start changing the sign-offs. Yep, I am Elijah. Yep. So, quick little recap of what happened last week. Last week was the introduction of the podcast, so it was a whole lot of us talking about who we were.
Mhm.
Who we were.
Are. We're changed
Who we
now.
were.
It's been a week. I have less hair on my head. Or more, maybe. Who knows?
I was waiting for you to say you buzzed your head.
Dead
serious.
Oh, man. Not yet.
I was like, yep, it makes sense. I
Not
mean,
yet.
winter's on its way, so
Yeah, I gotta let it grow out now.
you gotta let it grow out. Wait,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that makes sense. Why would you buzz your head in the cold?
I mean, in Louisiana,
I mean,
that
it was like,
heat,
it
boy.
was still, it's 95 outside still, so it's fine.
It's disgusting.
We're dying.
That is
It's okay.
awful.
Yeah, like right now it's a cool 80, so, and it's,
A
late.
cool 80. Hell.
Yep. I mean,
Nah.
fall though. Fall.
Fall,
you know?
fall though.
Fall though.
The leaves are indeed about to fall.
Is anything changing up there yet?
Yeah, it started like 2 weeks ago, but nothing's like heavily changed yet. Give it another week, I'll bet.
1 week, that's it.
That's all it takes, and then another week and it's
all it
over.
takes.
I mean, that's all
And
it
it's over.
takes. And for the next month, you're smelling soggy leaves, dude.
I love it.
Nothing like death.
I get
You know what I'm saying?
I get made fun of because when it rains, this is gonna sound
Sniff
dumb.
the
so
earth.
I'm telling you.
You're disgusting. Actually,
Like,
you're so gross.
the smell.
Yes.
No, like now, like it coming out of my mouth sounds really dumb, but the smell of hot concrete that just got rain on it,
Ew.
I love it.
Ew.
Love
You're
it.
disgusting.
Give me a dreary day. Like, not winter day. I don't want, like, I'm not trying to be depressed, but a dreary day. Very, like a little bit of sunlight where I can actually see the sun, you know? That's
No.
fine.
Nope.
Slight overcast with, like, a little bit of rain. Beam me up. That's ideal. Apparently, I need to move to the Northwest.
I used to like that, and I think I've just had enough of it and don't ever want to deal with it again. Because rain around here means snow.
Oh, yeah.
This time of year, at least.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
No, not yet, right? No.
Hey, it's getting cold. It was like 40 degrees the other night. I'm not dealing with it.
It was 40 degrees the other night?
It was 48 degrees, man.
Oh, there's no way. Oh, yeah. No, not even. What? So what's it like in the Sioux then? Let's see. The Sioux, it is currently 62 in the Sioux. Oh, that's disgusting. And every night it gets down into the 50s and 40s. Yep, pass. Never mind. I'm good. Yep. Don't miss it. Pass. Hard pass. I'm fine. 40s? I'm good.
Nah,
nope, too cold.
It's
too cold.
It's awful.
That's awful. That is actually awful. No, like fall is my favorite season for sure, without a doubt. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Winter's obviously atrocious. We've talked about that. Been there, done that.
Winter is the worst. Winter's got to be absolutely the worst thing I've ever dealt with. I'd take anything over winter. I would take anything over winter any day of the week.
So what's your favorite season then?
My favorite season? Spring. Late spring.
Spring? I mean, I guess where you're at, maybe.
Late spring, solid. Anyway.
Late spring doesn't even exist in the Sioux. It is straight. It goes from, because spring still has snow on the ground. It still exists.
Well, yeah, up in the Sioux, for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so maybe where you're at, it's nice, but... Oh, no. In the Sioux? Oh, no. Yeah.
Come January, February down here and in the Ann Arbor area, it's solid. It's just kind of like dreary, but the snow is like on its way out.
Dude, February here, 80s. No, I'm just...
That's disgusting. That's
no.
horrifying.
It's not that bad. It's probably in like the 70s for sure. Yeah, in the Sioux, spring is relatively short. You're talking a couple weeks, a month, until it starts to like warm up, you know?
Yeah.
It goes from snow to no snow, you got summer. That's it.
It goes from snow to just wet for a little bit. Like too wet.
Everything's wet. It's awful. I say it's awful, but then I'm like sitting here thinking all of fall is wet. So, you know, I for some reason I like it in the fall, not in the spring. That's too much. Stop.
Yeah.
The fall's where it's at. Like, I don't know. I like the leaves on the ground. I like it being damp outside. I like that. I don't know.
It's
Call me weird. He says it's alright.
I'm thinking about it more and more. I'm like,
pass.
Pass. Big pass, honestly.
Pass.
Summer, spring, and that's all I want.
Fall does not exist here. We've talked about it down here that it goes from like the best way I can put the season is it goes from everything's alive, like the trees, grass, alive, to just dead. And that is fall. Call it a day.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Not at all.
Well,
no. Because I mean, it's still pretty warm, yeah, up and through I'd say November, you're still pretty warm.
dang.
Yeah, it's rough. It's definitely rough.
Yeah, that might be too long for the heat, in my opinion.
I went from polar opposites. I went from the year is snow to I'm in a sauna.
Heat.
It's just a sauna.
Forever.
It's fine. It's okay. I'll take the heat. I'm sorry. I'll take the heat any day of my life. People make fun of me for it. I could walk outside in a sweatshirt and a beanie and I'd be fine.
I mean, we did that
A-okay.
most of our childhood. It could have been 80s, 90s, wearing hoodies, jeans.
Loved it. Loved it. Give me the heat.
I mean, not anymore.
Love it. No.
I just want decent temperature, no snow. That's all I want.
I mean, I'm there for that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's ideal for sure at the end of the day. But hey, the fall is there, you know.
Fall is there. And you know what comes with fall, right?
What?
Traditions.
Like what?
I just watched The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
Wait, you watched The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings?
I didn't watch them all back to back. I would probably collapse.
He said back to back to back to back to back. I actually saw, what was it? That it had to have been you told me. Or I saw it at some point that Peter Jackson was supposed to be the original director of The Hobbit, right?
No, Peter Jackson was the director, but the
he
original
literally
director was supposed to be Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. I had that backwards. There you go. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Del Toro. Del Toro was the original director.
And I can only imagine.
It would have been, I like Del Toro's stuff.
Hey, The Shape of Water would have been wild in Middle Earth.
What? What?
Didn't he direct The Shape of Water?
Yeah, well, yeah, you
Imagine.
did. But, all right, creature-wise, I think you would have done a fantastic job, considering
The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water was great. And, well, he used practical effects for all of his, characters. They're all practical.
Yeah, he's really good. He's good. He would have done justice for that movie, too.
But then, realistically, I can't throw shade at Peter Jackson because I think he was just trying to do something different with The Hobbit, because it's not like he didn't make The Lord of the Rings absolutely spectacular.
Well, I got deep into it one time and was learning about why The Hobbit sucked so much. And
dang.
Peter Jackson actually said that he originally didn't want to do 3 movies. He signed on and said he didn't want to do it. And they said they weren't going to do it. And then they decided, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
No.
And you got to do it by this time.
He didn't have an option.
And he had to rush out all the movies. That's why it was just CGI, CGI, CGI. They gave him half the budget of the original movies.
How? Why? What? Is that actually true?
Yeah, because he was an indie filmmaker before he ever made that. Before Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings. All right, so imagine you're a studio and you give this nobody.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Okay, I was gonna say that The Hobbit had half.
I could be wrong.
There's no way.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
I was only in the theater to watch it. And at that point, I thought it was double the budget. But looking back on it, it looks kind of like Play-Doh half the time.
It's rough, and I haven't watched the movies in anything past regular definition. I say regular, so high def, like regular 1080. Yeah. So I haven't seen it in blue. Well, no, I don't think I've watched it in Blu-ray. I definitely haven't seen it in the 4K one. Yeah. No, either. But
Oh.
I can only imagine seeing The Hobbit in a much higher resolution. It was probably pretty rough.
Dude, it's on Max in 4K.
It's probably, I'm gonna stick to the lower resolution. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that.
I think the problem is that it just looked too cinematic. I think that was the issue. It was just really smooth, and like there was always some ambient mist in every shot.
Yeah.
And it just looked kind of doo-doo.
And didn't they change the frame rate?
Yeah.
That they filmed in, correct?
Yeah. And Peter Jackson said that it was, I believe it was due to the CGI.
Really?
I think that's what it was for. There was some reason. He said it was a horrible idea and he should have never done it.
He said it was a horrible idea. Oh, no. I mean, realistically, me being a fan of The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, considering The Hobbit's the only, it's the only book out of the series I read. Need to read the other ones. I'm an adult. I need to broaden my horizons a little bit.
And read about wizards and goblins?
Read about, wait, what? No, wizards and goblins were in The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said you need to read more. Never mind.
Well, no, I'm saying, I do read, but I need to actually read The Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I haven't been reading Stephen King. Just Stephen King. That's all I've been reading is Stephen King. Need to read The Lord of the Rings. But
hey, who reads?
The Hobbit was, iffy as a movie. I remember seeing it in theaters. I was still a huge fan because it's The Lord of the Rings. What's the word I'm looking for? That world.
Universe?
So it was cool. Universe. That's, you get it. You make sense. I don't. But, even I, say what you want about me. I liked Rings of Power.
I liked Rings of Power. I did.
Like, in my opinion, you kind of have to separate it from what. You kind of have to just completely separate it from what has already been done, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It on its own. So if you separate it from The Lord of the Rings, you separate it from The Hobbit, you separate it from all of the already written lore.
If you close one eye, turn the volume off, and break your TV, it's almost Lord of the Rings. Except not at all.
Except not at all. Like, it's just, the best way I can put it is they had characters with names from the Lord of the Rings that were loosely played with the Lord of the Rings universe, like Middle Earth, and you just gotta accept that.
Hey,
and
man.
It's a hard thing to do. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it should not have had the Lord of the Rings attached to the name.
No, that's what I was going to say. They could have called it anything else, named these people something completely different.
And people would have loved it.
The exact same story.
I mean, it's kind of like having what's that? Once again, I'm losing the word. Like a spiritual successor,
Yeah.
You don't give it the name, but it's close. It's close. Yeah.
Man.
So I like the Rings of Power as its own thing, over here in its own corner.
For sure.
The Hobbit.
Fun times.
Pass.
I always wanted to watch Lord of the Rings in the movie theaters, and if I had to settle for the Hobbit, that's okay.
You didn't see any of them? No, you couldn't.
I never saw Lord of the Rings in theaters. I think I
saw
3 or 5 when Return of the King came out.
I was gonna say I saw. Mom and Dad took me to see the Return of the King in theaters. That's the only one I've seen in theaters.
I hate you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the scene at the end when
I know what you're talking about.
No, wait. I had to have been, like, I'm at this point in time, yeah, I'm like 8, 7, 8 in that ballpark. And I remember very specifically, there's like key moments in my life that I remember very vividly. And this is one of them where very end of the movie, the hobbits are all there to send everybody off. Like, emotions are running deep. And then everybody gets up on the boat, and then Gandalf's like walking up, and he's like, "What's up, Frodo?" And I was like, I'm a little kid. So I'm a kid. It didn't, I don't think it really registered as a big emotional moment for me because I didn't care. I was a child. But I actually, at that point in time, when like that stuff was going on, Frodo was leaving, telling him that he's out, like, this is it, I'm going to the West. I legitimately had something in my eye, and I was just rubbing my eye real quick.
Sure you were.
I swear. And Dad looks at me. Dad looked at me, and he asked me if I was crying. I'm a child. Like, this doesn't matter to me. I didn't care.
Maybe he thought you did.
Like, I mean, well, maybe. It's possible. I remember that very much so. That was... aside from that, I don't remember seeing any of the movie in the theater. Just that moment.
Wow.
Like a core memory was unlocked right there. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I remember that very, very much so.
That's a solid memory to have for those movies.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but The Lord of the Rings, super huge fan. Gotta love it. Everything about it.
Except for the Gollum game that came out this past year. That was...
We're not going to talk about that. Let's just act like it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But then on a lighter note, what was the name of the game? Not Conquest. What the heck was it called? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Lord. It's not Conquest.
It probably is. It probably is.
It might be called Conquest.
I bet it is.
It's the fans are remaking the game. The fans are remaking the game.
That would be Conquest.
All right, it's Conquest, and it looks sick.
Yeah, it does look awesome.
He said that's Conquest. That's it. Yeah, no, Conquest looked sick. Like the Lord of the Rings games, Two Towers, banger. Return of the King, absolute. Dude, Return of the King, phenomenal.
Dude, running up the bridge as Sam, trying to get to Frodo. I think I did it 40 times on my first time I played that game. I still don't know how you actually are supposed to like successfully just cruise on past everything.
It's fine. It was the PS2 era, so
that's true.
Throw everything at the wall. He said everything is a challenge. Even the game got really bad reviews, but the Fellowship game, I went back and played it like last year, I think it was. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a little wonky, obviously, but they actually followed the story of the book, apparently. I know some things about the book, even though I haven't read it. Like, Tom Bombadil is in the game, whereas not mentioned in the movies. Don't want to get a riot going over Tom, because people are like, he should have been in the movie, he shouldn't have been in the movie. So we'll leave Tom out there, but they had like the Barrow Downs was in the game. Even going through the Mines of Moria, that took forever to do in the game. That took forever.
Yeah.
It was sick. It was fun.
I think is the thing that made me not want to play that game was the Mines of Moria.
It was kind of garbage, but it was fun.
I remember the only memory I really have as a kid of that game is loading somebody's save in the Mines of Moria and running around not knowing what I was doing.
Oh yeah, no, if you caught a dead serious. If you, even to the, like now, let's say I went and played the game, stopped in the Mines of Moria, and left it alone for like 2 weeks, it's over. I'm going to be stuck in the mines for another 5 hours. Easy.
That's brutal.
Because you have to run around the mines as Gandalf, and you have to run around the mines as Frodo. So it's all over the place. It's tough. But there is another, I don't know if you remember this, there's like the Easter egg in which when you're playing Aragorn, it's right at the very end of the game. It's at the end of the game. Almost. There's an Easter egg where you find Gollum in like 4 different areas in a map you're in. And the last time you find him, this man throws a fish at your face. Throws a fish at you. And Aragorn gets to use the fish as a sword. Why that was a part of the game, no idea. But that fish sword clapped. That fish sword, OP as can be. Clapped. You can kill anything. Witch King, guess what? Don't care about you. I'm hitting you with the fish. It's over. Done. I don't even, the game, I can't even remember, like the end ended in such a weird spot. Like it wasn't with the hobbits. I don't think it was Weathertop. It couldn't have been Weathertop. You ended up on top of some sort of mountain-esque area, fighting the Witch King, and you beat him, and that's the end of the game. That's it. Like it ends.
Man.
Yeah, and then you just go on to play the EA Two Towers and Return of the King. That's
and those were a huge improvement.
Oh, massive.
And the way they blended the movie right into the game.
Fantastic. Like you're talking the cutscenes from the movies.
Stellar.
It was
been
so
done since and shouldn't be.
Oh no. I mean, because they don't really make movie licensed games anymore, do they?
Not even that reason, but because it would make everybody realize just how CGI'd movies are. You wouldn't even know the difference.
It would. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Spider-Man into the Spider game.
Into the Spider game.
I'm waiting for it. They've made how many Spider-Man movies the past 5 years?
I haven't seen any of them, but I really want to.
It's like one a year.
I want to see all of them.
And they just keep making them.
Beam me up.
I don't like
here
it.
for
I
it.
don't like it.
Dang. I mean, I want to see the movies just because they look phenomenal.
No.
They look. He says no.
I have no desire.
I'm gonna what is it, equivocate? Is that the word? Equivocate? Yes.
Yeah.
So you take it's a word. If not, guess what it is today? You take the Two Towers and the Return of the King by EA.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the same thing as the Rankin and Bass cartoons of The Hobbit and the Return of the King. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then you have the Fellowship game and the poop shoot of a Fellowship cartoon.
Hey man, hey, listen. Hey. Right, so cut him some slack.
The entire thing was rotoscoped. And it was rough. I saw a clip on Twitter maybe a week or two ago of Aragorn. It's the guy who was doing the animation. They were running into a scene. You got all these characters running in, and Aragorn's running halfway through the group, and the actor legitimately tripped. All right. So this is like an action-packed scene. They're running. They're trying to get somewhere. They're all running. It's hunky-dory. And then Aragorn trips, catches himself, and keeps running. Like, this man did not mean to do that. And that scene did not need to be in there.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. You know why? Because they never finished making those movies, so something good has to come out of it.
All right. That's fair point. I think it could have been cool.
You're talking about the 1976 It's like Ralph Basquiat or something like that.
No, let me put it this way. I literally have it in my hand right now. It was Warner Brothers.
1976.
It was
Ralph something.
A Ralph
Basquiat.
Bakshi.
Sure, man.
One of the two. Yeah, Riley got this for me. I think it was for Christmas or my birthday. One of the two. So shout out, Riley. You the greatest. Thank you.
You the best.
I just had it on deck. Yeah. And then you go back and you think of what the Balrog looked like in that. It was just like somebody in a big fluffy costume.
The only thing I liked about that movie really was the Black Riders.
Oh, the Black Riders were actually sick.
They were gnarly in that movie.
Yeah,
they were. And their horses. Ah, man.
Wild.
I just want to watch it just to see that.
The horses, I don't know if they were really rotoscoped. I think they kind of just filmed. Oh, no, maybe they were. Thinking back on it. Very lightly, though.
Maybe not. Maybe they just filmed dudes riding horses, and that's why they had nothing other than black and gray tones to the character.
Literally, yeah.
It was just a shadow, like the whole thing.
That was it.
With red eyes, but it was so gnarly. Oh, man.
And then there's, have you seen, I get a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff on my Twitter feed for some reason, so I
don't.
I do, and there's a scene where Gandalf is he's talking to Frodo and Sam, and he's more so talking to Frodo directly, and he's looking at Frodo, talking to Frodo, and then he goes to walk away, and he turns around and like spooks Sam
with his fingers
for no reason. That's it, for no reason, for zero reason.
This is the best.
Leave it in. Aragorn tripping, leave it in. Balrog in a big fluffy suit, leave it in.
Gandalf with jazz hands, leave it in, dude. It would have only been better if like sparkly dust would have came out.
You're right. Yeah, that they definitely. I mean, it would have suited.
It would have been. Yeah, it would have been 100%. Right on.
It would have been perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Man, they gotta hire me.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Like,
100%.
Yeah, and now I got it on the DVD. You know, I got it on the DVD.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love it. Even the ranking, I'm probably saying that's so bad. I always thought it was ranking and bass. I might be wrong. The soundtrack for those movies, oh,
fantastic.
Dude. Don't even get me started, boy. Bangers. Where are we going? Beards all a wagon? Dude, come on. Where there's a whip, there's a way? Dude.
You could sing that on anybody and they'll be singing it 10 minutes later, not even realizing what it's from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll have no idea. No idea.
I'm not even kidding. I've witnessed it happen.
They were so good. Oh, they were so good.
Yeah.
I loved them.
Back when cartoons were decent.
What, the 70s? The 60s? What?
Yeah, back in my day. Back when the cartoons had no color.
Yeah, exactly.
Walt Disney's first comic.
Yeah. That's great, though. No, I love them. Absolutely loved them. Even though they made the hobbits look very odd. Like if you go back and
they got
actually,
chunky cheeks and wild teeth.
Gollum straight looks like a frog. He just looks like a frog. He's a merman, 100%.
He looks. Oh no, dude! He looks like a salamander.
Yep.
He's got the face of a salamander, 100%.
Yeah.
Or like
he's a salamander
sturgeon.
for sure. But sturgeon? The sturgeon has a pointy mouth. What?
You ever looked at a sturgeon?
Have you ever looked at a sturgeon?
Maybe once.
Then that's not the right fish.
Hey, that's probably the best guess I've ever had.
You could have said, I think you could have said any of the
No,
fish.
somebody listening to this right now went, oh. Guarantee it.
Because I don't know what a sturgeon looks like.
No, they went, oh, I get it. Wow. I have seen that movie and know what that looks like.
Just because they're like, they would be embarrassed not to know.
Nah.
Yeah. No, they were so good though. They were so good. I love it. I gotta watch them. I gotta watch Lord of the Rings.
We gotta not talk about Lord of the Rings for the entire hour, though, on a real note.
Yeah, no, that's, for real. All right, off the topic of Lord of the Rings and backing to traditions of fall. I'm going there with the colors.
Oh, man.
I miss the colors of fall. It doesn't even get orange here. Like, you'll see a couple trees that have a couple red leaves on it, but everything dies. That's it.
Yeah, I wanna explore around the country at different times of the year. I've been a lot of places in the summer, but I want to know what a lot of places are like in different seasons, because everybody says Michigan has such nice colors, but I've been in like Massachusetts and been like, man, this is beautiful.
Guess what?
What?
I'm going there next month. Hey, I'm so excited for that.
Mothman.
Yeah,
Mothman.
I swear, if I don't see Mothman, I'm gonna be upset.
Dude, you better
I'm
start
gonna
dancing.
Be upset.
Hit that 76 emote.
Yes, indeed.
Find the lighthouse, brother.
No, I am very excited, very, very, very excited to see the colors out that way. Hopefully, we're going to Salem next month, so hopefully the colors are just absolutely top-notch, mouth-watering goodness, you know?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I'm so ready for Halloween, man. Beam me up. Beam me up. Give me the color.
Dude.
Ooh.
I mean, it's only a week. It's like a good week of color.
It is.
And if you don't go outside, it's like, oh man, all the leaves disappeared.
That's what I was going to say.
It.
Yep. Yeah, they're gone. It's over. Yeah. You're right, though. So, hey, yeah, fall, cool. Give me a week. I'll take it.
If that's the takeaway.
Like, yeah, because I know the ski trail was a big thing for fall. Taking a walk in the ski trail. We have there's a ski trail in our hometown, which I feel like definitely gets more foot traffic throughout the entire year compared to what it is known as the ski trail. I have been out there multiple times during winter, even walking, and I've seen like 3 people my entire life ski out there.
Hey, I'm sure people go out there.
It's not skiing though. It's like you might as well be walking. You're sliding. You're sliding through the woods. You're not going fast. You're literally taking steps. Just go walk, man. Go walk. What's the point of the skis? Go walk. Get some snowshoes.
I don't know why people enjoy skiing in the first place.
I mean, I could see it being fun.
Nah.
Going downhill? Yeah.
Nah.
Going downhill?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Nothing?
I'm too brittle. I'll break something.
He said I'm too brittle.
I am.
He's like, it's over.
Yeah, I'm just a baby.
Yeah. Another crazy place. Have you been to Tequamanon during the fall?
Tequamanon during the fall. I was at Tequamanon in July.
That's not the fall, Jacob. That is summer.
Yeah, and before that, I think I was at Tequamanon again in July. Like 2 years prior.
And it was still July?
It was still not fall, so no.
Walking through that, because I remember was with our grandma and aunt and cousin, and we went and walked through Tequamanon, the trail. It was probably in the August-ish area, maybe September.
Because I was so jealous I couldn't go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you weren't there. I
Y'all
know you
told
weren't
us
there.
about BLTs you got on the
I
way
don't
back.
remember. Do
And
not
made
remember.
me feel so bad. I wanted a BLT.
I wanted a BLT. Another big fall tradition, at least for us, I don't know so much about other people, was like, all right, so I'm gonna throw this into fall because it is very fall-y, but Thanksgiving, you know? Even though for us it was pretty much winter already, time Thanksgiving is happening, but you kind of associate Thanksgiving with the fall colors. Even the turkeys, like the little decorations you get, it's still all fall colors.
Hey,
Um,
I want people to understand just how wild our Thanksgivings were, though.
that's EA.
We have
Like how?
the biggest family.
I don't know if I'd say the biggest, but definitely I would say bigger than the norm.
Bigger than necessary unless you're Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Essentially.
unless you're Musk. Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna touch on was our Thanksgivings and Christmases were our entire family. So you're talking my grandparents, what they had, we counted it out one time. Total, it was somewhere between like 32 to 38 grandchildren.
Yeah.
And so imagine you just take the grandchildren and the parents and whoever else decides to show up, and we're all at our grandparents' house.
Shove them into their childhood home.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just put them back in home. Yeah, everybody showed up. Yeah, Thanksgiving growing up was bananas. And
it
like
was.
thinking about it now, I feel like I probably took it for granted. I really do. Because
man.
I wasn't into it when I was a kid. But
I enjoyed
now,
it. I enjoyed it a lot. Other than the heat that came from the holiday cooking. Because you would be on a hunt for an empty, cool room to just sit in. And there was not one to be found.
Didn't
so you just went outside and then get lost.
It's snowing.
Get lost.
Yeah, no, and this on top of that, the house that we had Thanksgiving in was heated by a wood furnace. To those who don't know, Jacob, were you ever a part of when we went out with Pop-Pop?
Yeah. I was
Did
there
you do that?
2 summers. It was the last 2 summers y'all did it.
Yeah, growing up, my cousins and I, we would go out all right, so I'm rushing ahead of myself. My grandpa, during the beginning half of the year, he would go out into this. I don't even know how many acres it is. It's hundreds of acres. It's a massive amount of land. There's tons of trails out in these woods. Huge plot of land. And he would go out and he would tag the trees that we were going to go cut down in the fall. All right.
He's a working man.
So he was a working man. This man had rust bucket trucks.
Duct tape
stuck
on
together.
The back of his pants. Duct tape on his ankles to keep his pants closed from ticks. Homemade bug repellent. A truck with no shocks.
He made homemade bug repellent.
I'm still convinced that's what killed him.
100%.
I'm still convinced.
Yeah, I mean, very morbid, but I don't think anybody knows what that bug repellent was made out of. At all.
Magic,
because it worked.
It was made out of the stuff that Gandalf tossed at Sam.
Boogity boo. But this is the same man who would every year he would go tap trees and get maple syrup. He'd bring the maple syrup home. He'd hand it out to the family. You get this mason jar full of maple syrup. Guess what you see in it? Bugs, dude.
Lots of them.
Bugs. And he didn't stray. Bugs.
Protein,
fiber,
man.
You getting sugar.
It's just protein.
And our protein. It's bugs.
It's protein. Peanut butter's got it too. It's like legal to a certain amount.
Well, yeah.
But
that's
the
all
thing
foods.
with them is that they grind it up.
Yeah, you don't see
He
it.
didn't care
Whereas,
about that.
just like he was a hunting man, so he would go, get some deer for the year, and he would hand it out to the family, and guess what? He didn't clean it all the way, so you might find a couple tufts of hair on your venison.
Dude, it's just getting your teeth clean, flossing it out.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting sidetracked again. But yeah, this Thanksgiving, house was heated by a wood stove. My cousins and we would go out with my grandpa every fall, and we would for like a week, maybe
every
2.
Fall, every summer?
Yeah, maybe it was summer. It was summer. It was definitely summer.
Definitely summer.
And we would go out with him, and we would cut down the trees. We would load up the truck, bring it on back, and we would be making I know you got the phrase face, and you got the phrase cord. And what those mean now, I could not tell you because I haven't made either of them in a long time. When you're stacking wood, like if you have like if you have a stretch of a pile of wood that is stacked uniform.
Oh my goodness.
There's something in that of having a row of wood was either called a face or a cord. I can't remember what it's for, but yeah, we used to go do that with him every summer, and that's what they heated their house with for the winter. Like that was how their house was heated. That was it. That was actually a common occurrence out where we lived.
Oh,
even
yeah.
our cousins.
For sure. Yeah, down the road.
Instead of them using actual wood, you used treated wood, which is probably unbelievably terrible for you. I never thought about it. Not safe.
Fully safe.
Not safe. Not at all. Yeah, that's fall's wild. Family's wild.
Family is wild. And now, all those cousins, we don't talk to a single one of them. Not a single one of them. Haven't talked to a single one of them in years. And
only a couple of years, Jacob.
Well,
only a couple of years, Jacob.
That's true. That's true. I'm thinking more of the ones that weren't like neighbors.
Oh,
all the ones that came for the holidays and their respective parents.
Yeah, haven't seen them in 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years.
Probably a decade.
Yeah, probably close.
And you know what?
Wild.
That's okay. I got other things going on, man.
He says, I got other things.
They don't reach out to me.
Fair point, but then you got to think a large some of them didn't at that point in time have like internet. They lived pretty off grid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
mountain men. Yeah,
we were the ones that got away. I think in that regard.
100%. Most of our family is still definitely up in that area. Yeah, most of our family's still up there. There's a couple people that have moved, but the majority is still there. Bless their souls.
Yeah,
bless them. Dang,
takes a lot to want to live up there.
That sucks. No, if you enjoy it up there, cool. It ain't my cup of tea anymore. I'm past that. I'm good.
In 50 years, they'll have palm trees, and you'll be digging out your front door, trying to get out of the snow.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's screwed. What they said back in middle school.
Flip it. Yep. The South is gonna turn freezing cold. North is gonna be nice and warm. I mean, I will say, there were out at Dad's house, right across the street. You could find is it limestone? I guess it had to.
There was limestone on that. Yeah, that it looked like the road we lived on, and I've said this for years. It looks like the road we lived on was a river with a waterfall, and 100% carved out like a basin, and there's limestone all along this basin. on the side of the roads. It's like 4 feet high, 4 or 5 feet high. And it just drops off. I swear it was a waterfall at some point, and I still put money on it.
You could go find like chunks of, I'm just going to use the word rock because it's easy for me to say that way, and I'm very ignorant and don't know what it is actually called. So I'm going to say you can find a piece of rock and it's got seashells molded into it, you know? Like you can, and this is a place that doesn't have, there's no water.
I forgot about that.
Nearest water is 14 miles away, you know? So where did the seashells come from? Where are these aliens?
Aliens, I guess, yeah. Or
aliens.
Or it's just the way things are.
He said or.
And that's the life we have to learn to live.
That's just the way it is, you know?
Yeah. If R. Kelly's girlfriend's going to burn his clothes, we've got to deal with seashells in our rocks.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And nobody will get that joke.
Nobody will get that joke.
But that's real talk.
It's
real talk.
No. Oh, no. Stop.
Well, we're going to have to mute that. I was so spot on with that impression that we're going to get copyrighted.
It's over. It's all downhill. It's all downhill. You even made a joke.
What?
I said you even made a joke.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And still managed to hit that. Very nice. It was very nice. Very, very good.
Yeah, I've been practicing. I was born to be a theater kid.
Very nice.
Real talk.
Very interesting. Real.
Anyways,
stop.
So, do we have any other traditions for the fall? I don't necessarily. We used to. I do know that the fall was a big time for us as kids because that meant raking leaves for money.
Oh, dude.
Parents wouldn't give you it, but your grandparents.
Go to the grandparents, kids.
They're just chores at home. That's the thing. They're just chores.
What's really bad? We didn't do it at home.
We didn't do it ever.
Went to the grandparents, got paid.
Businessmen.
We were entrepreneurs.
We were the first. We were the first.
We were the first.
We were the first.
Dude. Yeah, go to the grandparents.
We the best. Tell them to bring out the whole ocean.
If you're looking for some money, kids, go to the grandparents. Do 100%. Do your household chores at their house and expect to get paid.
And then just don't even respond when your parents ask about dusting, sweeping,
nothing,
garbage,
taking out trash.
Don't even look at them.
Don't. That is terrible advice. It is so.
No, I just mean in the conversation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can look at your parents. Gouge your eyes out. Don't gouge your eyes out.
Don't even look at them. Yeah. No, that's No, that definitely was That was definitely a thing. So not only that, but then like leading into winter, shoveling snow. Go shovel the snow. Make some money. Easy money. Easy money.
Your back hurts.
Yeah.
And your nose burns. And your
it's
eyelids
crazy.
Are freezing.
Yeah. I think we gotta take winter on a different episode though, because that winter in its own
it would take up just as much time as fall did this episode.
Oh, dude. Oh no, I was gonna say the whole November, December, we could talk about how just how awful winter is.
Oh, you can get real time feed from that. I'll be dealing with it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a weekly update on how just absolutely miserable I am progressively as the seasonal depression kicks in. You're gonna see that I just get quieter and quieter. The topics are going to get
spiral
more and more depressing.
At
least going to talk about snow every 10 minutes.
You need to have a journal. You need to get a journal and just like every day start journaling. And it's gonna go so south Monday. So fast. I stepped outside today.
Went right back around. turned around. Went back to bed.
Went back to bed.
Not today.
It was -20 outside. I had a cup of coffee.
We used to go. Hey, we used to go to school, get picked up by the bus, and then joke's on you. The bus stalled out. Can't drive.
Can't drive. No heating. Yeah, you're just a child on a bus.
We can't get into this though. We can't.
No,
it'll take forever.
It's too far. It's too far.
I'm having flashbacks.
So, fall, Lord of the Rings. I'm excited.
I was.
Listen, he said I was.
I watched Lord of the Rings already.
Time to watch the cartoons. That's what they're there for.
I got all 3 books right next to me. I'll just read those.
That's what the cartoons are there for. No matter what, just the cartoons.
Just throw on the cartoons and read the book.
No, because then you can't watch the cartoon. Hello.
I got the audio on. It's like an audio
cartoons,
book.
It is. It's like an audio book. Cartoon is the focus here. It is the main priority. Don't need to read. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe, yeah. Let's start a book club, Jacob. Don't start reading without me. Don't start reading without me.
I will not start reading with or without you.
Oh, so you're just not going to read?
I'm not going to read.
Got it.
I don't think I've read a book. Oh, man, I don't think I've read a book since like, 9th grade.
Ignorant.
I still boast about my oral report I had to give in history class. Got a big book from the teacher. The morning of the oral report, I'm like, I didn't read this book. So I just looked at the back of the book.
You're a liar.
Went in just the most confident person you've ever met. 15-minute oral presentation on this book about World War II. Didn't read a bit of it. Next
straight fluff. Class
comes in. The teacher tells them about how good
my
oral presentation was.
You're terrible. You're terrible.
Hey, I was born to be a theater kid, and that's where we're going to end it for today.
And that is it. He goes, I was born to be a theater kid.
I was born to dance.
That was it. I was born to be a star. Yeah.
And we're on our way.
Yeah, I feel like we did pretty good.
Yeah.
We did. Hey, episode 2.
In the books.
You know, last week I completely forgot to say, so yeah, we have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we have multiple not facets, we have,
outlets.
Words.
Multiple outlets.
He gets it.
We
One
got
more time.
Multiple outlets.
Outlets. There we go.
Like a house or apartment or a mall. I got outlets.
Yeah. So we're on the social media. It's the number 2 DOF separation. That is us. And then I completely forgot that, yeah, we've already associated our personal social media with it. So I don't know if you want to talk about yours. My it's Fooly Wooly. It's odd. Some people might not know that. It's FOOLY WOULY. I hope that was right. I think my math was correct.
Oh, man.
Don't know if you want to.
My handle is different on just about every social media platform. But you know what? That's okay. I'm not trying to get anything out of this.
There you go.
Find me tweeting from the 2 Degrees Twitter once a week.
No, you've been getting better with that.
I've tweeted twice this week.
Hey, guess what? How many did you tweet last week?
I mean,
none.
How many did I think about tweeting?
None.
Yeah, I mean, you got me beat. I
don't. Yeah. So, episode 2 in the books. I feel like we hit the nail on the head with this one. Metaphorically.
Yeah. Hopefully I didn't sound so tired this time around.
Yeah, you definitely talked more this time.
Congratulations. Congrats to me.
Very nice, very nice. Round of applause for you. So, catch us Monday, every Monday. Every Monday. Specific time. I'm gonna be honest. This thing goes out Monday morning, like Monday morning. Give it a listen. You wanna have a good Monday morning? Give it a listen.
Yeah.
On your way to work. You cruising. We're talking about
not
fall.
Cruising.
It's all right. No, we're not cruising. I'm saying, all right, people on their way to work.
And I'm saying or not cruising. Or not cruising.
Oh, I
you
thought
don't
you
have
said
to be cruising.
Okay. You don't have to be cruising.
You don't have to be cruising.
Hanging at home, enjoying a cup of coffee, whipping up the breakfast. You got the podcast on. You're listening. It's good vibes.
Good vibes, good times. Good vibes, good times. We're bringing it right back to you next week. Good vibes, good times.
That was very good. Yeah, but so every Monday, you'll see us here. If you enjoy, your stay here, please feel free to leave us a review. Subscribe to the podcast.
Like and rate,
get them
5
notifications.
Stars.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. This is YouTube.
Yeah, dude.
This is YouTube. No, I've really bad at review the podcast. No,
yeah.
Oh, also, I wanted to say this because we already talked about this. You and I have. I wanted to add this little tidbit at the end. You can send us voice messages on Spotify, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Hey.
So, cool. If you want to send us some questions, you just want to fart into a microphone, we'll probably listen to it.
I won't. I'll make sure
How would you know?
avoid it.
How would you know?
I've got a sixth sense. I can tell the time almost always. Always like a minute off, but if you ask me what the time is, I've got it within a minute.
There you go. Like you're scrolling through the voice memos, whatever, the voice messages.
This
and you're
one's
like,
only 4 seconds.
Yeah. you're 4 deep, and then you get that fifth one, you're like, I ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
Look at this. This ain't it. Yeah, there's a disturbance in the air. Yeah, but I think it is a good time to wrap it up. I feel like this week was much better, much more focused. Not really, but we're trying.
We are trying.
So, I think that is all. That's it.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to wrap it up.
Christmas is coming.
Yo, we still got to get through Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. Oh no. All right, that's it. I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
It was bye-bye. It was nice talking to you. Bye.
Bye.